Hey guys, welcome back to my channel with a new crime documentary. Now imagine a billionaire with private islands, powerful friends including presidents, princes, and celebrities, and a black book rumored to contain the names of some of the most powerful people on the earth. But what if the biggest story wasn't just the crimes of one man, but the secrets hidden in the Epstein files? Tonight, we are diving into the disturbing case of Jeffrey Epstein, the financier whose scandal shook the world and exposed a web of power, privilege, and exploitation. Jeffrey Epstein was born in 1953 in Brooklyn, New York. He started his career as a teacher, but soon moved into finance, working for the investment bank. Eventually, he built his own financial empire and became extremely wealthy. But Epstein wasn't just known for money. He surrounded himself with some of the most influential people in the world. His social circle reportedly include Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, and Bill Gates. Epstein owned multiple luxurious properties, including private Caribbean islands called Little St. James. But behind the glamorous lifestyle, investigators say something far darker was happening. In the early 2000s, police in Florida began receiving reports that Epstein was sexually abusing underage girls. The accusations were shocking. Victims claimed Epstein recruited teenagers, sometimes as young as 14, under the promise of money for massages. But the massages allegedly turned into sexual abuse. In 2008, Epstein struck a controversial plea deal with federal prosecution in Florida led by Alexandra Ascota. Instead of facing federal charges, Epstein pleaded guilty to state charges and served only 13 months in jail, much of it under work release. The deal sparkled outrage. Many believe Epstein received a special treatment because of his wealth and connections. One of the key survivors who later spoke publicly was Virginia Giuffre. She claimed she had been trafficked by Epstein to powerful men around the world. For years, the case seems buried, but the investigative reporting by journalists, including work from the Miami Herald, resonated public outrage. In July 2019, Epstein was finally arrested again, this time on federal charges of sex trafficking. He was taken into custody in New York and held at Metropolitan Correctional Center. The case was expected to reveal explosive details about Epstein networks, but before the trial could begin, something shocking happened. On August 2009, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. Authorities ruled the death a suicide. The investigation was conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the U.S. Department of Justice. However, the circumstances raised many questions. Guards reportedly failed to check on him regularly. Security cameras malfunctioned. Epstein had previously been placed on suicide watch. These factors led to widespread speculation and conspiracy theories. Many people wondered whether Epstein's death prevented powerful names from being exposed. So, what exactly are the Epstein files? The term generally refers to thousands of pages of court records, documents, witness testimony, and Epstein's infamous contact lists. Some of the most discussed documents include materials from the lawsuit Giuffre versus Maxwell, involving Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell was accused of helping Epstein recruit and groom young girls. In 2021, she was convicted of sex trafficking and sentenced to 20 years in prison. With portion of Epstein-related files were unsealed in 2024, they revealed names of the individuals mentioned in testimonies, flight logs from Epstein's private jet, statements from victims and witnesses. But an important point often misunderstood, being mentioned in the files does not necessarily mean someone committed a crime. Many people were simply listed as contacts, witnesses, or people mentioned in dispositions. Still, the document highlighted how extensive Epstein's social network truly was. Another controversial piece of evidence was Epstein's so-called Black Book. This contact list reportedly contained hundreds of names of influential figures in business, politics, and entertainment. The list included phone numbers, addresses, and personal contacts. Investigators and journalists have spent years analyzing the connections, trying to determine who knew what about Epstein's activities. But even today, many questions remained unanswered. Jeffrey Epstein's story wasn't just about one man, it's about power, influence, and the possibility that a global network protected him for years. Even after his death, Epstein files continues to raise difficult questions. Who knew about the abuse? Who helped cover it up? And will the full truth ever come out? But the one thing is certain, the Epstein case remains one of the most disturbing and mysterious scandals involving wealth and power in modern history. That's all for today. If you liked my today's video, do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in my next crime documentary video. Till then, stay safe.